Hey y'all. What's up? What's up? What's going on? And how are you? I have decided to just start giving messages that I receive the moment they come in. And sometimes it will happen on the spot, and sometimes it will happen immediately after I receive it. So I'm still within that frequency, and I can bring it through as honestly and as holy as it came in, okay? So I don't know why this has been permeating with me for the past couple of days. The feminine energy is so eminent. It's quite heavy right now within our field, and I don't know for those of you if you're feeling it. Um, so the first thing, the first thing my guide said to me this morning is, you know, have you noticed that you have started to look in the mirror just a couple seconds longer than you usually do? Like you're looking for something, like you're looking for an answer to come back at you. Like, have you noticed that you've been perceiving people just looking at them, and it, like for a split second, maybe not for too long, that you've noticed that, hey, you've seen like a different angle or a different perspective of someone, of something, of a conversation you normally had that was so, so strong with you that now you're so accepting that you are actually listening through for a different perspective. And the guides want you to understand this. It's just the energy that's permeating through now. It's really heavy feminine energy, and it's the nurturing form of energy that just allows you to take this trip. My guides taught me quite a while ago, if everyone in humanity who's having this physicality of an experience now, in this vehicle that we have, and if we should learn to take this journey, and it's not a very far journey, but it's a treacherous one. And I remember they said to me, some people take a whole lifetime before they take this journey, and that's all you really needed to experience life in the most exciting way. And some humans choose to not find this journey completed in many incarnations. And what they wanted to me to express is, every human being on the planet on this moment, they want you to pat yourself on the back, because like for the first time in all the incarnations of earth that there ever has been, this is the most likely time that we really are going to have majority of the collective taking this journey. It's 12 inches from your brain bank here, your memory bank, where you hold all the thoughts of limitations, everything that holds you back, everything that tells you maybe you can't, where hurt lives, where shame lives, where fear lives, where everything that you have experienced, that was taught to you, that you read, that was in history, all these things that you have adapted to, that you've mirrored your life with identity to say, oh my gosh, I want to be like this, like that, and this is all I'm chasing, the chasing of the money, the tangibility of money, and not realizing it's not about chasing money. It's becoming and understanding that you are already abundant, and it's taking the strip from here 12 inches down to your heart. And I remember the first time my guide said it to me, I found it was so ridiculous. I was like, so why is it treacherous? But then when they started to give me my own self healing guidance, I realized, oh my gosh, it's the hardest journey. It's the most challenging. Let me correct myself. The word hard holds a kind of a low frequency. So whenever you feel that you've said something or thought about something that feels as if it's taking energy away from you, I want you to just auto correct yourself. Don't judge yourself. Correct yourself and just use another word that uplifts you. So instead of saying hard, use the word challenging or something else that has many probabilities to it of excitement, yeah? But I found it extremely challenging when they said it to me, and when they were taking me through my mirror work for me to face myself. And I realized for the first time, oh my gosh, yes, I was abused between the age of 12 to 13. And I held on to that shame and feeling as if I didn't deserve, feeling as if, you know what, you are the one who failed at that age. That's why nothing came out of this. That's why this happened to you. You are tarnished. You are just mud. You know, you need to be a people pleaser so people can love you. You need to be the winner at everything. So I was always successful at everything because I thought if I just be successful, people won't see the muck that I am because of that aspect of what I experienced then. And it was really treacherous journey for me to take as my guides took me through it, because at 41 years old at the time, I had to face me for the first time. And they had me look in the mirror longer than I usually would, because I would just look in the mirror, get myself ready, and I'm out. But I didn't realize that for years after going through that experience, I became my own abuser. I was the one who was the meanest to me. And I was kind to everyone else. I'm the nicest person you can meet. I promise you. You meet me, I'm the coolest person in the world. However, I thought I was also being cool to me. But I was telling everyone else. I was hoping I was brave enough to tell myself. And I didn't know this until I had my NDE. And these guides and the angels came around and they said, "This is your time. Before you can give this message to anyone out there, you have to give it to you first." And I thought, this is ridiculous. I love myself. How can you say I don't love myself? Until I had to face me. And they took me through that experience that I held on and I owned it. I owned the pain and the shame of being abused for that year. And I didn't realize that I made it a tangible physical reality so much that it was placed here. And they taught me that your brain is like this beautiful waterfalls of memory banks. That's what it is. That's how they visualize my brain to me. Remember, your body is a super intelligence, right? But your brain holds everything that you placed in. What you focus on is what becomes tangible. It starts to create itself, the weaving of the golden thread, in a sense. And they showed me how, from that age, I created like this beautiful rock along the water banks of my brain. And it attached to itself also a frequency. So some songs would come on and it held that frequency and it would take me right back to being 12 years old, being abused. So although I was living my life and put it under the rug and say, "Oh, I'm okay, I don't need therapy, I don't need this, I don't need to face this," because I thought I got over it. I really just made it whole. I owned it. And what they taught me was, listen, they took me through this individual's life also. And they allowed me to see the aspect of what that person represented. And I could finally, at 41 years old, let it go. I acknowledged it, and I acknowledged the 13-year-old me. That's the me who, when I came out of it, I still felt ashamed. I still felt as if I wasn't protected. I still felt as if I didn't deserve. And I could face that 13-year-old me with love because she was still there. Throughout all my years of what I call success, she was still there in this dark space, feeling um, unwanted and unloved. And I could mirror back every decision that I probably made in this lifetime that took me back to that 13-year-old me who thought to myself, "Oh my gosh, I'm not acknowledged." And my guides taught me how to give acknowledgement to this 13-year-old me and tell her how much I love and I appreciate what she allowed me to now overcome. And it was then, within that moment, when I was looking in the mirror, for a moment, I looked for maybe 30 seconds more than I usually did. And for the first time in all those years, I saw love looking back at me. It's like a high that I've never had before. I just saw this beautiful being looking at me, and for the first time in my life, I didn't see freckles, I didn't see thick lips, I didn't see all these things that I was saying to myself over the years and abusing myself unconsciously, finding all these faults with me. Yeah, you're not perfect, color's not good enough, your hair is not good enough. And I was being the meanest thing to myself and I didn't realize it. And it was slowly depleting me. I say this to say that the power within our thoughts and the things that happen to us for us to learn a lesson from once, only one time. The guides say we really don't need to keep reliving cycles over and over again. Although we choose to, I chose to. I could see where they showed me flashes of my lifetime. In every instance, I was like, oh my gosh, that's why I said yes to that. Oh no, That's why I chose to do that. Oh no, that's why I didn't speak up when that happened. Because that was still the 13-year-old within me saying, yeah, don't. You need to be loved. You have to accept this. And that was a depleting, limited thought structure that I created from here. And I made it real. So for the first time in years, my guides taught me with the self healing, facing myself, to finally say, you know what, pain, I acknowledge you. I absolutely appreciate what you represented in my relationship with you. Pain, shame, anger, bitterness, because I had a lot of that. Judgment. And I could finally, you know, transmute it back to love in a way. And they had me visualize me tossing these stones, these beautiful stones that represented shame and pain and trauma. And they had me visualize just throwing them into the water along the water banks, and I could watch them just be taken away, and they were all replaced with these golden bubbles of joy and love. And ever since then, it's been a couple of years now. When I look in the mirror, I actually do look a little bit longer, and I've purposely positioned the mirrors in my bathroom here in my apartment in threes. When I look in the mirror now, I'm seeing three aspects of myself, and it's so amazing because I see love from every angle, and it was healing for me. So I explained my personal experience to the person who's sitting down this morning, really still owning something that happened to you that you were only supposed to experience one time. And the guides want you to understand that it was only there for you to acknowledge, to witness, to say, you know what, although that happened, you know what, I overcame it. Although that happened, you know what, I am a survivor. Although that happened, yo, nothing can stop me from seeing my true purpose. And so many of us don't do this. We don't acknowledge it, and we don't realize the power in the words that comes out of our mouths. Okay? So the words that come out of your mouth is a frequency. It's just something that's absolutely beautiful. The words that you use that comes out of your mouth. It's an energetic transfer. It's an energetic exchange, especially you want to communicate with somebody. For me, I had family members who, not many, I had one particular family member that I couldn't get through to. I couldn't get this family member to show love. And I didn't realize either that at the time that I was judging them so harshly. And the judgment that I was giving to them was affecting my perception of them. And my guides taught me how to, without even saying a word, just start communicating with this family member, even without them being in front of me, just thinking of them within love, just thinking of them and giving love. And they allowed me to perceive the energy that permeated through me that affected them. And they also allowed me to show that over the years, every time that I judged this person, it did affect them. And because I gave judgment, that's also what came back to me. And I found it very interesting. And I don't know if anyone else could imagine it like this. But if there's somebody in your life, could be a child, could be a partner, could be a parent, a sibling, a co-worker, a neighbor, I don't care who it is. But I know there's somebody in your life who you really, maybe you can't stand them. Maybe you wish they could love you more. You wish they could be kinder or gently to you. Don't judge them. They taught me how powerful your thought is, because before words A, B, C, D, E, there's energy. You are energy. And everything that you think, power of your thought, this is where the key is, that you unlock it. Everything that you think affects the person that you're thinking it about. And that's what reflects back to you. So every time you think about somebody, if you have somebody that you love and they're just not loving, don't keep arguing and judging them about it. It could be that you aren't properly aligned, and if that's the case, you will see it, and it will be an easy transference of separation because it will be best for you. But if it's a case where you're supposed to have this experience together for this particular time, don't judge them. Look at them with love. Think of them with love. Look at them and say, you know what, you're love. Within your mind, you don't have to speak it out. You're love. You deserve to be loved. Give them love. And you know what's going to happen? In no time, you're going to notice changes within this person, and they don't even know it's because you are perceiving that. You know why? because there's a power in your exchange. You're giving love to this individual, therefore, you're receiving it back. And you will notice this person gently starting to change in front of your eyes like magic. So I know it probably will sound strange to somebody say, no, this person, they will never change. They will. I've tested it, I've tried it so many times. So the message today was the feminine energy is permeating our sphere so heavily at this time. And you will really notice that you start to feel, you know what, I deserve more than this. That voice in your head, it's your awakening in a sense. It's your remembrance coming in to say, you know what, it's time. It's permeating the atmosphere. See, the sun that is up there isn't just a star. The sun is a life force. And they tell us, oh my gosh, stay out of the sun, put on sunblock. Okay, protect yourself, but also know that you are receiving something from the sun. It's an energetic exchange between you also to help you now to remember. It's awakening that junk DNA that they think is there for nothing. It's awakening a itness within you that is your truth and your power. Where you're sitting in this job or this relationship or this friendship that really never served you, and all of a sudden it's like you wake up one morning and you had enough. Listen, I am going to speak my truth. And you do. And don't apologize for it, because this is a time for it. Something is happening in your community, in your country, and there will be countries that women never spoke. You watch out for it for the next couple of months to years, more months than years. There are countries that women never had the right to speak. The feminine energy is so permeating. I keep seeing women standing up within these countries with their hands up, and people actually listening to them, and they're speaking their truth. And it is, the guides say, a quiet revolution that's happening now. It's a quiet one. Everyone's looking for doom and gloom and chaos, but it's more heart focused. It's taken this journey from the mind to the heart. 12 inches, they say, to get out of the mind the construct that tells you, oh my gosh, you don't belong, you don't deserve, you must struggle, you have to follow these rules, these texts, although it doesn't serve you, it depletes you completely, but this is what you must follow. And finally, taking this treacherous trip to say, no, I don't think so. No matter what, I'm not going there. Okay, this feels much better to me. It's aligned with me. Yes, okay, I don't care what you say. This serves me better. And finally, taking that journey to say, this is my truth. I am abundance, and everything is working out for me in this moment. It's 12 inches of a journey. When I saw it for the first time, I was amazed. Like, are you kidding me? 12 inches. But it's a long one, because I had to do it. To get out of your minds where all the limitations are, and realizing that you are super consciousness too. That you deserve everything too. And as these energies permeate our sphere, always remember that you're protected. And you see, the disappointment that you receive was a redirection for you. There's no scene that's wasted. Absolutely no scene. You're stuck in traffic. There's not a scene that's wasted. You're looking at your clock. You're going to be late for work. Forget about it for a minute. Allow life to flow you the way it is, because you know it's always working out for you. The things that you wanted to do so much, you're within this space and you think you're settled, but there's something bugging your daylight to say it's time to move across states, and you're scared. It's scared the bejeebies out of you. But see, it's your soul calling out to you to say, you know what, you have experienced all you can here, and it's time for you to move on. We have only had you here to prepare you for your mastery. Let's go. And you trust the process and you go. That's just the way it is. Something as simple as keys. We've always had these stories of keys, right? I've seen it happen. Sometimes it's elementals, but either way, whatever is protecting you is always protecting for you for a reason. Those keys that you can't go out through the door, it's just a moment for you to stop and reflect and say, okay, what are you trying to tell me? And sometimes it's really saving you from something that you really aren't supposed to experience right now. In all these moments of pause, I call them, always reflect back and just try to feel into your intuition. It's not the time now to listen too much to words that come out of people's mouth. It's now time for you to feel into it. I don't listen so much again. This is one of the things I came back with from my NDE. I feel. And it was challenging for me at first, for the first couple of months, because of my family would speak to me because I'm telling them about all these things I experienced on the other side. They were fearful because I'm from a very strict Christian based family. And they didn't understand what I was talking about, but I couldn't stop talking about it because I really experienced it. And I came back no longer believing in God. I came back knowing of God, but knowing with an expansiveness of knowledge that they could not understand. Because when I had my ND, my grandmother, who had passed years before, she's the one who met me. And within some Christian faith, the living has nothing to do with the dead. So it's like a no to talk about. But it was real for me. And I had other experiences before my NDE where my grandmother redirected me, protected me, helped to save my life, helped to save my daughter's life, helped to save my father's life. She has always been there. And not until I had my NDE, I realized, oh my gosh, she is one of my guides. She is there on the other side. There is tangible help, assistance, guidance, redirection, GPS settings for you that you cannot possibly conceive with your mind, but when you get to your heart, you start to feel it. You start to know, oh, intuitively, okay, I'm not going there today. Oh, okay, that's not for me. Although the pay is really good now, it's going to deplete me. You immediately start to know because the feminine energy just starts to permeate you, and you all of a sudden become one with the itness that you are. Isn't that amazing? I don't know if I've lost you. I hope I haven't, because I don't know. When I start to talk about this, I sometimes I see flashes, and then I go to what I'm perceiving within, and I might lose track of what I actually wanted to say. However, I trust that whatever I do say is exactly what the person who needs this message is supposed to receive. Okay. Anyway, I think the whole point of me coming on today was try to encourage you not to feel depleted, not to allow defeat, not to follow the destructions of fear mongering, not within these times. And this is the time for it. Pat yourself on the back. The angels want you to know that they're extremely proud of you because everything that's happening, all these walls that are falling now, is because of you. It's because you finally started to look in the mirror a little bit longer and say, there must be more. I do not deserve this. I deserve better within the education system. I deserve better within the political system. I deserve better within the pharmaceutical system. I deserve better within all the systems that are here, especially industrial farming and this what we are putting within our bodies. You deserve to treat this vehicle better instead of having a Ferrari and giving it a Toyota apparatus and completely depleting this vessel and not listening to it to tell you exactly what it needs to be healthy and strong and be in harmony and one with the earth. So much going on behind the scenes, but there's nothing special about me or anyone else. I never wanted to come on here, not even for a second, to talk about this. I've been in the closet for too long because there's so many other beautiful beings out here spilling truth. When I listen to them, it's almost as if I'm listening to myself talk. It's amazing. But my guides have said you have a part to play. So the minute part that I have to play, I'm going to play it now for the long haul. Because some of you really are just waiting for that frequency, for that voice, for that smile, for that utterance of that sound to awaken that memory within you that tells you, yes, you deserve, that tells you, yes, you are everything, everyone, everywhere. Yes, God is not someone waiting to judge you far away. God is boots on the ground with you. You are an aspect of God, and every choice you make within this realm, you either choose to give love or you choose to withhold love. And it all starts with you. So I don't know what kind of shame, what kind of trauma, what kind of pain you've owned, but I advise you today to slowly find these rocks that you've placed here in the riverbanks, yeah? And ask God, ask Source. I don't know what your name or modality is, because there's one infinite source of love. Whatever name you attach to it is fine with me. But just know it's an unfiltered, untouched love. It does not come with condition. It's just a love, the purest love. And when you start to feel that with yourself, Love and abundance will flow to you so much. You're going to have to be closing your door, say, okay, that's enough for today. And that's the true meaning of life, yeah? Living it in your fullest excitement, not what someone else says, not trying to mirror somebody else's life and depleting yourself. And while you try to find and to run and to own what they call the tangibility of money, you start to instead build yourself within a prison with the aspects of what money gives you and forgetting about the true meaning of life, the love of your family, the smile of a child when they're just born, the love of a pet, the observance and the witnessing of a child who's on the spectrum who decided to come here to teach you the ultimate gift of love. And we miss that so much. The person who's misrepresented, but they decided to have this life for you to witness them, to say, you know what? Love comes in so many forms, and I love myself so much. I accept them for who they are, and they deserve to be here as much as I do. Now, that's a message for somebody today. I am going to stop right now because there's so many more coming in, and I don't want to convolute this one, okay? My next one will probably be a channeling because maybe my guides will stick to one topic more than I can. Okay, see you. Peace, love, light. Bye bye.